guys, so this first question comes from Morten in Norway, all the way out in Norway, another escape mastery member, who had asked about a particular Kesa Katame escape because he keeps getting hit with a Kimura from a bigger opponent in the Kesa Katame position. So if I have Tim here with me in Kesa, and he's just got my head, I don't think that this was the one that Morten was talking about. You didn't specify Morten, but Morten was talking about from here, his bigger opponent was kind of squishing him, and then would switch over to a Kimura on this arm. That's usually not possible unless Tim has an underhook on this side. So from here, what Tim can do, besides squish the heck out of me, is he can step his top leg over my head, and he can start to trap this far arm and start hugging for Kimuras and getting a good finish on him. And that's going to make things extremely uncomfortable. So if he does have the underhook on the far side, if he doesn't have this, it's going to be really hard for him to make that switch. So I'm assuming that Morten was talking about this particular position. So from here, if I don't want this leg to step over my head and for him to make that transition, there's a few important tenets I want to bear in mind. Number one, if my arm is hugging his arm for whatever reason, I'm praying for that Kimura to happen. So right now, if Tim steps over my head, the Kimura is there already, whether I like it or not. And I'm going to be in some serious trouble. However, if my arm is tucked in nice and tight, and even better, Tim, even if he has a good underhook, go ahead. Yeah, even if he has a good underhook, from here, if my arm is tucked in nice and tight to my side, get that way up under my armpit, he's not going to be able to set up a Kimura when he steps his leg over if my hand is below the line of his sternum, so his chest. So if my hand is tucked in like so, he's not going to be able to hit a Kimura if he tries to step over. In addition to that, Morten, another thing I want to bear in mind at this point is I'd like to get this right elbow of mine, however possible. I won't be hit with a Kimura if I play my cards correctly if my hand is below his sternum. Number two, if I can get this elbow underneath his near hip by maybe bucking a little bit, bumping a little bit backwards, and getting this elbow down to the ground. Now, once I'm here and both of my arms are in nice and tight in this frame, it's going to be remarkably difficult for him to make that step over. The step over is easy. If I'm bracing like this, he can step over. He's still got my arm, yep. If I'm hugging over, I'm praying for a Kimura. But if I'm here and he tries to make that step over at all, I'm bracing away from him so much that as he tries to step, I'm going to have plenty of room to be able to slide this bottom knee through and get myself free. And if he doesn't give me the room, then what I can do if I want to force the escape is now that I have this brace, again, look, my hand's nice and low, my elbow's in at this armpit, this elbow's down at his bottom hip, is I can start to shrimp and just work this right knee in. So if he doesn't provide the space, I can fight and chip and drive that knee all the way back. So hopefully that's helpful for you there, Morten.